to start some with some hands-on session as well as I will be taking you to the at the starting of Python. So as you are already, if you were in the last lecture, Python is a programming language. It's a high-level programming language that can be used. It is a multi-purpose language that can be used in uh, various fields such as machine learning, artificial intelligence, just data exploration, and programming also. So first of all, we will starting with the basics. So in this, the objective of this lecture is you will be first of all you will be learning about the Python variables as well as the naming rules, and after that we will explore Python built-in types like integer, strings, and floats, and many others. And then after that we will learn about operators and how can be handled variables in the programming.
Yeah,
So
Shiv,
let's get
can you
started.
remove that pop-up from the window? There is a pop-up that is blocking the view.
Oh, okay, okay.
You can click on, yeah,
Yeah. Is it visible now?
yes, but there is another window that is blocking the view. Yes, this is good. Thanks.
Okay. So as I was saying, first we will learn about Python variables and their naming convention. Then we will learn about the Python built-in data types that are used in Pythons. And then we will learn about the operators and their categories. So let's get started. So what are variables? First of all, variables are nothing just a container that store your data that can be used in the programming or as well as can be used for future reference and manipulation. So as you can see on the screen, there's some and as you can see on the screen, there are some examples on the screen like x is equals to 10. So x is a variable that contains a value 10, which is an integer value. And second example is name Alice, which is a string variable. It's a string variable that is contained by variable name. So let's move to the VS Code so that I can explain it better. So first of all, is my screen visible? Like VS Code, you can see, right?
Yes,
Okay. So first of all, few mental notes that we have to get into before starting with variables. I will write this by using comments. Everyone know comments, right? I think Rajat mentioned taught you how to use comments in the last lecture.
yes, yes.
Okay. So first of all, Python is a case sensitive language. What do you mean by case sensitive? Like suppose as there was in the PPT, name is a variable which contains the value of Alice. Okay. And I will just take second variable which is also called name, but this time I will take the N as capital. Here it is. I will print. I will use Shiv. Okay. Now I will print those variables. Name. As you can see, there both of the names are printed. First name was Alice with the small case n, and the second was Shiv, which is denoted by capital name. So basically, if variable names that you choose in the programming when you start doing hands-on, just take in a note that these are these are case-sensitive variables. If you if you change the case of the variable, then the variable will be a different variable. For example, just take this time I'll take instead of N capital, I'll take A. Let me change this here too. Okay. So in this case also these are different variables. And then and it will be apply on the any type of variable. Like if instead of name I will go x is equals to 10. And this time I'll take case uppercase x is equals to 11. Then I will print x and I will print x. Okay. See, I will get the both output with 10 and 11. Okay. Any doubts here? Like if you're not able to understand, you can just open your mic and ask it. Any doubts or should I move on?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Second note that you have to keep in mind that Python is a dynamically typed language. What it means is that in various other languages like Java, C++, I don't know whether you have the computer science background or not. If you have, you will be able to understand that. Uh, Basically, uh, when we separate the code, we have or we assign a variable, we have to like define the variable. Like variable that I'm defining is variable. It is an int variable. But in Python, what happens like the assignment of data type happens at the runtime. So if I put this variable here 10 and I run it, see, there's no error. And if I try to print it, variable, it will give 10. Now instead of 10, I'll give it here, let's just say Shiv. Okay. See, there's no error and I can use the same variable and then again and again. It's just that the previous value will be overwritten. And as you can see, the all the data type assigned to the variable is getting at the start of at the runtime of the variable. You don't have to uh, predefine the variable type. Okay, so let's just do this variable and let's just say name. I think I've already define it again. Hmm, instead of name, let's just take x. So x is equals to this time I'll take value 20. Okay, so print variable and print x. Okay. So you have these values. Now, if I have to like find out the what are the type of these values, as you can easily see that there is string, 20 is a number, but there are many types like 20 is an integer. Now will if I use this value here, y is equals to 20.1. Okay. So 20.1 will be converted into float type. So let me just print out the for that we will use a function name type. Type is a function. Let me highlight it. Type is a function that will tell you about the like what type of variable it is. Okay, so let me show it to you by running the program. Type of variable, and here also I will put the type of x, and then I will take the type of y too. Now you see. Now you can see. Uh, Shiv is a string class belong to a string. That means it's a string variable. Basically, string is a data type that is made of alphabets like Shiv or any other string variable like Shiv alphabets. That is made of variable. And 20 is belong to a class of int. Int means integer. Your whole numbers like 20, 10, 11, 12, all these are belongs to integer. And then 20.1 with the number with all the decimals, it usually falls in the bracket of float class. Basically, it is a float type value. Now you can and define is like 20.19. It was still in the field, put in the field of float value because after decimal, all of the things will be caught in the float. Okay, so these are the variable types, and we have the string, integer, float, and there's also one variable type called boolean. Boolean basically, uh, let me comment on it. Boolean. Basically, it means either true or false. Uh, let's just say I put uh, is no, uh, student equals to true. Okay, and I printed uh, student, student, and type of student. Here, value of student is true, and the type of the student, variable student, it falls in the bool class. Bools mean booleans. Usually consists only two value, true or false. Whether it will be true or whether it will be false. Okay. And from now, okay. So that much is clear, right? Hello.
Ashwath, Yuvik, Sarah, you are
Yes, sir.
following?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Clear,
If
clear.
you have any, you just open your mic and ask the question. Okay. So I'll moving on the naming convention. So as you have already seen, what are the variables? Now we'll moving to the rules how to name the variable, naming convention of the variables. So as you can see on the screen, there are few rules. Like start with the letter or underscore. You have always have to start the variable or your variable name with the any letter or underscore. I will show it on the code just about now. And it can it can in the variable name it can contain letter, digit, underscore, or any other value, but you have to start with letter or underscore. It cannot start with a number. It cannot start with a space or special any characters like percentage and symbol and dollar symbol. It cannot start with that or any reserved keywords that are reserved by the Python language. Okay. So as you can see on the screen, there are examples also in the slide. Student underscore name and x1. These are valid variables, and one name and class are these are not variable. These are not valid variables because class is a keyword which is reserved by the Python language, which will we be learning in the future session. So let's get back to the code. Uh, naming convention. Okay. So as they were mentioned in the PPT, let's just say I will take variable name this time. Is student. Last time I took the student variable. This time I'm taking the is student. It will take the value false because I'm not a student. And if I run it, see, there's no error in it. That means I variable name is okay. I can use this variable name to uh, name store any value, any data in there. Okay. Now let's just say if I use one, not it was already in 50. Let's just say 8 underscore day. See, you can already see that is in the day red because Python won't allow that. And just say assign value 27. See, you will get a syntax error that is showing that 8 cannot be start with the there is an invalid decimal itself. First of all, that underscore 8 cannot be at the end, sorry, integer or any number cannot be set at the start of the variable. And also, if I take this as, let's just say, experimented $sign, see, still showing the invalid syntax error. Uh, so as you can see already on the screen that we can only use, or there's also one type. If I use underscore at the start and take name variable, uh, let's just say an error. See, there is no error. That means that is a valid variable name. And these are the only few rules that you will be learning in the naming convention of the variable. And you can assign any name, any value to any variable. It's not like you have to define it because the Python language will uh, automatically uh, understand that what is the data type of the variable at the runtime. See, there is no error. As earlier it was a string variable, and this time it was a int variable. Let me show you the by running the code first. Like name. This time I'm running print uh, name underscore name and type of underscore name. This time I'll override the value or Python will override the value to Shiv and I'll print the again underscore name and type of underscore name. See, first we have the same we are printing the same variable underscore name, but at the runtime we are getting a different value. First we got the 10 because earlier it was 10, and then it got Shiv. Value Shiv in a string, which is a string. So Python will itself determine whether the value is what the variable is integer, string, float, or any other value. So don't have to like we just have to write the variable and just run it. Python will see the rest. Okay. So this is a naming convention. Like there's only two rules. You have to start with the underscore or alphabet. Or in the other than that, you can also use integers like this. It's okay. Like if you have many variables, one day you are writing a program, you have many variables. You are just using name, taking one variable value, one value two, value three. So you can you can use that convention. It's okay. Python will accept. So any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So next, as you can see, there are basic data types, and there are some collection data type list, tuple, set, and dictionary. If I think you will learn about these more in the future lessons, so I will just touch upon it in the end. And when we will focus on the list tuples separately, then we can go in advance. Okay, so next will be type conversion and checking. So they as all I've already told you about the type function, which can be used to check the variable. And there's another thing called typecasting. Now we can like assign the variable to a data and then convert the type of the data without just using simple functions. As you can see on the screen, there's a typecasting variable x. Like inside the value, like it is 3.5. Which if you have seen on the screen that it belongs to the float type. But here will be converting it into integer type using the int function. Similarly, there's a variable y which will store the value of 100, but as a string, not as an integer. And the third point is the dynamic typing allows reassignment. As I was already saying, that Python is a dynamic typing language. Dynamic typing language, all the variable assignment will be happen at the runtime. If you are not those do not know, runtime means when it means when the program you just uh, declare the variable and you enter the variable, run the code, and at the time then the machine will understand the code. Machine will itself assign the variable, assign the data type to the variable. You don't have to do anything. Okay. If anyone has a confusion about runtime, I was saying earlier. So let's go to the VS Code. You people already have the VS Code installed, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can just experiment with it after a session. Just move to the keyboard if you want. And okay, so as well as it was showing in the slide, um, let's just say x has a value of 3.5. Okay. Now what I do is, let's just say here, using int function which will convert into integer value. So if I print x here, see, the value of the x is 3, not 3.5. 3.5 is converted into integer function. That means it will remove the decimal. It will take the only whole number as an input. Similarly, if I use y is equals to string of 100 and then print y, I think I should put type here also. I don't think notebook will give an output with the codes. So let's see. Here y is a 100 is an integer, but we are converting it into the string and then storing it. Why? That's why it will belong to the class string. And three and the type of three it will be, if we try. See, see, three is a class integer. We have already converted 3.5 into int. Okay. And then we will converting into, we have also converted 100 into string variable. So Python can also convert one type to another using these type function. They string an integer. There's also, hmm, I think if you try, let's just experiment a little. If I take a variable a and yeah, if I use float function on, let's just say 3, applying float, uh, not applying for float, as well, converting float value, sorry, int value, int as an integer to float. Now if I print it, what will be the value of a? Can anyone tell?
3.0.
Let's just check. Yes, exactly. Very good. This will be 3.0. So you can also like convert integer to float, float to integer. Okay. Let's just say I'll use one more thing. Again, I will take the variable name and give it a value of, let's say this time I will into it. Give the name Shiv. Okay. And this time I will try to convert this value to integer. Convert string to integer. And then I'll print name. So if I run it, see, we will get an error because Shiv is a string value. You cannot just Python is dynamic language. So it doesn't mean you can like go and convert any value to string. Like if you have background in data, if background in computer, some will say like Shiv will convert it into binary and then it will convert it into string. It won't happen. You can only convert float to string, string to float, or you can also convert integer value to string variable. But you cannot convert variable to integer value because they are basically different type of values. They cannot be passed together. Okay. Any doubts? Any doubts in anything I said right now?
No.
Okay. So yeah, that's how you convert a one variable data type to another. You can also like play with variables, have some experiment when you have free time after the lecture. And now we'll go to the next topic. It is till now everything is clear, right? If you have
Yes,
any
please
doubts,
go
you
ahead,
can
sir.
ask anytime. It's not a problem. Okay, so let's just now move to operators. And you have like focus on it a little bit because sometimes it will get like overwhelming for the new who was trying to learning the new language. And let's just say so there, as you can see, there are certain types of operators in the first of all arithmetics, plus, minus, multiply, divide, modulus, power, all these the mathematical functions are called arithmetic. Okay. Then we have comparison functions. Like if I compare 2 to 3, which is greater? 3. And if I ask you like whether 4 or 5 are equal or not, which is greater than which? These are called okay. These come in comparison categories of operators. And then we have logical operators and or not. These are basically uh, you will be using logical operators in the future, like just from you will be starting from the next lecture actually, when you will learn about conditions all and statements. So I will touch upon it, but in the advanced level, you'll be working on it from the next lecture. Okay, then we have assignment. Like if we have variables, suppose let's just say where data stored in a variable is 2. So a equal to 2, like we are doing it from the starting of this lecture. Uh, name is equals to 10. It is an assignment operator equal to. Then we have plus equal to. Plus equal to means you have for already adding a value that is already in the variable and then reassigning the variable. Let's for example name. If I use underscore name plus equal to 1, that means name has a store 10 in it, value 10. What I'm doing right now is adding the value 1 to 10, which is stored in the variable name. So if I print it right now, see, earlier it was 10, but now it's 11. The value is added in the variable. Okay. Uh, and another than bitwise. For the bitwise any of you have an like just an experience or just for out of curiosity studied binary numbers? Zero, one? No, I guess not. It no response. Uh, so basically, bitwise operators usually work on binary numbers. Binary numbers. Just touching upon this. Uh, suppose this is like when you represent integers in the value of 0 or 1. Like if I take value 2 is equals to 1 0 in binary. Value 3 is equals to 1 1 in binary. Basically, the binary is a language that computer understands. Every operation in your computer, laptop, phone, it happens in the binary language. Only 0 and 1s are allowed as a variables. So bitwise operators work on these binary numbers, these operations. Like it is a symbol of and. These five symbol that you're seeing is it means or. It is different from logical. If you get confused in the and or, it's different. Logical works on the if and else statements. It basically controls the flow. Bitwise works on the binary in binary number that I just showed you in the VS. Now membership operators are, suppose you have a you are eating a fruit salad. Just take an example. You have banana, apple, orange, grapes in that salad. If I ask you, like, is there an apple in your salad? So if I ask, you will say yes, apple is in the salad. So that in word, it is a membership. Like apple is in the salad. Okay. Or if I ask like guava is in the salad, you said no, guava is not in salad. You're understanding, right?
Yes.
Okay. And the last will be identity type of operators. It is somewhat similar to the membership operators, but identity operators work also on the single value. Like let me show you. Uh, let's just say a equal to and let's just experiment whether it will show or not. A is 2. Let's just it is warning. You can ignore the warning. And you will, if I just ask the notebook, ask the Python compiler, I put the value, just take a simple value variable a, and then denote the value of a to 2. Now I ask a is 2. It returns true. Like yeah, a is true. A is 2. Sorry. Okay. So basically, you like it's like a identity. Like you have to confirm, like in the future programming, like you have to debug the program, then it is useful in that. Okay, so categories are done. Let's just use little bit hands-on in this. Uh, suppose like a is equals to 2 and take another variable b is equals to 3 and then I print now a plus b. Arithmetic operation. We are adding the value. What will be written? 5. Python, basically, Python compiler, you give the variables to the Python compiler. It is adding the values if you use addition. let's just say it's a simple addition, nothing else. Now I will subtract b minus a. Subtraction. Uh, Multiplication. What was the sign like? A star b. Multiplication. Good. Okay. Now what is left? Divide. B divided by A. Divide. So see, you can see all of the values that arithmetic results that are the that we use that we found out by using the value of A and B. So A plus B, 3 plus 2, 5. B minus A, 3 minus 2, 1. Multiplication. A into B, 2 into 3, 2 into 3, 6. B divided by A, 3 divided by 2, it's 1.5. So basically, it's an where arithmetic operations. And what was the next? Comparison. Let's just say comparison. Print A greater than B, or print A equal to equal to B, whether A or B equal or not. If you have to like compare two variables and you have to like know whether they are equal or not, use the double equal sign. And if they are not equal, you have to put out the fact that they are not equal. Use exclamation equal to B. And we can also print like A smaller than B. I think it will be pretty established in the first printing also. So let's just see. The comparison variables will always return the value in either true or false. Otherwise, if yes, if you are specifying it to return in another value, that's a different case. But it always return in true or false value. A is greater than B. False, because A is 2, B is 3. And so A is not greater than B. And print A equal to B. No, it is not equal to A and B are not equal because A is 2 and B is equal to 3. Print A is not equal to B. Yes, they both have different values. You will get true. And then print A is smaller than B. True, because 3 is smaller than 2. Sorry, 3 is greater than 2. So just like that, all the variables operators will work like that. I have already shown you the assignment one, arithmetic and comparison. Just you can, if you want, like in the after another lecture or after this lecture, you can just open your laptop and try all these other operators by yourself and get the results. What are the results? If you have like, if you have any other doubts, we can discuss in another lecture. Or you can like directly put in the group. Then we can discuss on that. So let's move on to the next. By the it's clear, right? Okay, operators.
Yes.
Okay. So all I've already shown you the example of operators. Like if we take A is equals to 5, then B is equals to 2, then these are the results. And this, yeah, this one I think I have not shown. Uh, this A, let's just rewrite the values again. So B is equals to 3. If I print A double star B, double star B means we are It is a power operator, like 2 raised to power 3, or what is the square of 2, then 2 raised to power 2, or that kind of variables. So if we put like 2 power 8, 2 raised to power 3, that means it 2 multiplied by 2, 4, 4 into 2, 8. Okay. So this is a power operator. Next, you have an hands-on assignment. Uh, so basically, your assignment is that you have to write a Python program that stores and displays the student details using variable. There are already steps there. You can just, I think by the time you have already know how to create, because basically we have discussed mm, all the variable types in this lecture. Because basically just to you have to assign the variables some values and just print it them, and you can submit the code snippet in the given link. I think you have already that link. So just to recap, variables is also container for data. Python is a dynamic typing language you have already know, because the data type of the variable will be assigned at the runtime by the Python compiler itself. You don't have to do anything with that. And there's various many more built-in data types that are in Python that just does the surface. By the time you will like keep moving on this series, you will learn the various different data types that will be useful in the future. And basically, operators allow computation and logic. You have already seen the arithmetic and comparison. So that's it. Thank you. And any doubts you have with any type of concept you need to know, or anything regarding the lecture, now's the time.
सर इस असाइनमेंट में यूजर से इनपुट लेना है फॉर द वैल्यूज या फिर प्री डिफाइंड रखना है
अगर आता है तो आप वैसे भी कर सकते हो, पर अगर नहीं, अगर आपको अगर ऐसे भी नॉलेज नहीं कि यूजर से इनपुट कैसे लेना, आप सिंपल भी कर सकते
No, I
User
think
input.
yesterday Rajat had explained how to take the input. Take the input
हो.
from
Okay.
the user and then print it in the formatted thing. The screen
ओके
did
सर
not show the format, but when I'll share the PPT with you, it has the format. So have the data formatted in that fashion.
You know
ओके
how to
सर
take value, na input variable. You just have to use the input function, put the value in it. User will ask the query. Right now?
Yeah, demonstrate it once.
Okay.
Shiv, again.
Yeah. Uh, let's just say I'm taking the variable name equals to, for taking the user input, we will be using the function input. Input, like you can write in a string format anything, like uh, enter your name. Okay. So if I run it, you see here is the top bar. If I write Shiv, okay, and then I print name. See, you will. That's how you can take the input from the user, or otherwise you can write both or experiment it with a little bit. It's clear, right? Hello.
Yes.
Sir, Sara, you got the concept right.
I can repeat if you do not got it.
Yes. Understood.
गॉट इट सर
Okay. So yeah.
Okay,
Any
so you will, yeah, so you will have to do this assignment and upload at the same link. If you have not gone to that link, go to that link again. It has the option to upload the 40 assignments. Since you have done only 2 sessions, so upload your assignment in the respective session. And once you have uploaded, close the form. You don't have to do anything else. Once you have uploaded all these 40 assignments, one for each session, you will get the option to move ahead. Until then, upload and then just close the form. Next time when you will open the form, you will see your assignment for those are still there. So make sure that you are uploading the assignments. And as told yesterday, it is a good practice to upload your assignments within 72 hours. In next 3 days, make sure that your assignments are uploaded so that the discipline is maintained. And try to experiment more. What Shiv and Rajat have shown in the sessions, those are only to teach you, but more you experiment, more you play around, you will understand it better. It's okay to find errors, do mistakes, and you can always reach out to us on the WhatsApp group asking, where am I doing wrong? Only then your concepts will become stronger. If you have a strong concept foundation, you will be able to code wonderfully. And believe me, Python is such a strong and versatile language. You can do anything and everything by this Python programming. And you would be amazed to know even Python is used in the programming when we send the satellites out there in the outer space. So not only is small programming, even the complex programming is also achieved by Python. So get a good hold of this Python, practice enough and ask the questions. Those are the 2 ways you will be able to learn Python very well. Okay. Yuvik, Sarah, Shashwat, you have any questions for Shiv? Else, we will close this session.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, wait a second. I have one
Yes.
more thing to tell. Like I forgot, I should have told you at the start of the lecture, but okay, it's fine. Uh, Look, it will really help you in the next lecture when Rajat will teach you. Like Python is also is or not also, but Python is uses basically indentation in w- while delimiting the code. So if you any background in any other language, you would understand that. But if you don't, like basically what happens, like if you write like just I'm typing like random number, random alphabet using my keyboard. So basically what happens is like Python is uses spaces like space bar and tab you while controlling the flow of the program. You will learn it in the next lecture. Basically, you will see it in the next lecture. So I will just using it in the like give you the heads up. If a is greater than uh, if a is greater than one, if I use colon, this is if statement, you will basically learn it in the next lecture. Just next lecture. So if I use the plus enter, see it itself like create created a space here. It didn't go at the very back. It just created a space. Okay. Basically, what happens when you use Java and any other language, you have to use braces and then put this inside, and now you have to code. So basically, the entire code of the inside the braces will be your section code that will run differently. But in Python, it will it will not tell you to like use the braces, but instead it will be using spaces. If one space, if I use this already force tab, but I use another space, it will, and then I print yes. If a is less than a has a value of 2, if a is less than 1, oh sorry, a is greater than 1, print yes. Okay. If I have already put an extra space here. Okay. If I run this cell, see it will print yes. It's because of notebook. If you put it in here, it will print yes. So basically, if it's in notebook, notebook will handle the space error. But if you try to run it in a another file, like other than notebook file, you have PyCharm, you have separate ID for VS Code also. So then the space will be having, you will get in lots of error in space, and it is a little hard to find out like where the space error, where this error coming from. So just keep it in mind, like but you have to keep in mind about the indentation, spacing also. Okay, you will get in a more, like you will understand it in a more good way in the next lecture. I'm just giving you the heads up. Okay,
All right. So thank you, Shiv, for this
thank you, sir.
session. Yuvik, Sara, and Shashwat, I'll share the PPT and the recording of this session once it is ready. Usually it takes a little more than an hour for the recording to be provided to us. Once it is provided, I'll share this in the WhatsApp group. Make sure you go through the PPT and through the recording, submit the assignments, and we'll have the next session next Saturday, 5 to 6 p.m. We'll keep you posted in the WhatsApp group. And in case you have any doubts, use WhatsApp. Rajat and Shiv are there. They'll be able to address any of your queries. All
And
right.
if
Thank
there,
you, everyone.
yeah, thank
Yeah.
you, Evan. And if there's any feedback, you can just tell me. I just tried this lecture in English. If you want in Hindi and all that, you can just tell me. I'm comfortable in Hindi also.
Yuvik, Sara, Shashwat, English is okay. You want a mix of Hindi and English or pure Hindi,
English is
whatever.
fine. English
It is
is fine.
fine.
Anything is fine.
English is fine.
Okay, sure.
Okay, great. All right. Thank you and have a good week. We'll meet next Saturday.